Have you ever noticed your cat suddenly staring intently into empty space or growling at a corner of the room? The truth is, they are witnessing a completely different world. Although they live alongside us every day, cats possess a hidden superpower with sensory capabilities, sight, hearing, and perception that far exceed human limits. While the human world is filled with colors and sounds, the world as perceived by a cat is far more vast and mysterious. 11. Cats possess an incredible built-in night vision system. Cats require only about 1/6 of the amount of light that humans do. Why is this? Thanks to a reflective layer of cells known as the tapetum lucidum located behind the retina, a cat's eyes amplify light exceptionally well. Incoming light that isn't absorbed on the first pass bounces off this mirror-like layer and travels through the retina a second time. This is the source of the greenish glow often seen in photos of cats. Furthermore, cats have up to 8 times as many rod cells as humans, meaning they can detect movement and shapes in lighting conditions so dim that you would be unable to see anything at all. 10. Cats see a world tinged with ultraviolet light. In 2014, researchers in London discovered something fascinating about the lenses in cats' eyes. Human eyes have a filter that blocks UV rays, but cats' eyes do not. They can see hidden patterns on flower petals, urine trails left by other animals, and light rays that are completely invisible to the human eye. The paths taken by mice the night before also glow, since rodents intentionally mark these routes, allowing cats to follow them as if reading signposts. Most owners might just see an empty corner of the room, but to your cat, the floor is never truly empty. And that wall I mentioned in the intro, it has nothing to do with this. I'm saving that for the very end. By the way, if you've ever seen your cat confidently cross a dark room, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach other cat owners. 9. Cats have a wider field of view than humans. Thanks to the placement of their eyes slightly toward the sides of their heads, cats have a better view of their surroundings. A cat's field of vision spans about 200 degrees, whereas a human's is only 180 degrees. That 20-degree difference might not seem like much. But when you walk through a doorway without your cat turning its head, you might think, oh well, getting ignored again. In reality, you were within that extra 20-degree range the whole time. Your cat spotted you the moment you walked through the door without needing to turn around. It's not ignoring you. It already knows it's you. Cats simply stop actively watching people they've identified as posing no threat. However, cats do have a blind spot located right beneath the tip of their nose and chin. Due to the structure of their eyes and the spacing between them, cats cannot clearly see, or even perceive, objects positioned extremely close to their mouths and noses. 8. Cats are slightly nearsighted during the day. Have you ever held up a toy from across the room only to get no reaction? Their distance vision is quite poor. While a human might be able to read a sign from over 30 meters, 100 feet, away, a cat needs to be within 6 meters, 20 feet, to see it clearly. Most cat owners realize this the day they wave a toy from the sofa and are met with nothing but a blank stare. That amazing night vision comes with a trade-off. Cats live in a world that is blurry at both close and long ranges. Things only appear sharp within a narrow band at a medium distance. Time equals 1 second / greater than 7. A cat's whiskers are essentially a disguised sixth sense. Most people think cat whiskers are just ordinary hairs, no different from a human mustache. They are completely mistaken. Cat whiskers, known as vibrissae, are sensory organs rooted deep in the skin and packed with nerve endings. They form a hypersensitive sensory system that functions much like radar. They help cats gauge distances, sense air currents, navigate in the dark, and clearly express emotions. Whiskers are roughly as wide as the cat's body, helping them determine whether they can fit through narrow gaps. Their deep roots contain numerous nerves, allowing them to detect the slightest changes in the air or surrounding objects. When a cat is happy or relaxed, its whiskers are loose and relaxed. When frightened or hunting, the whiskers may flatten back or point forward. You should absolutely never trim a cat's whiskers. Doing so can cause disorientation, panic, and a severe loss of balance. In near-total darkness, a cat's whiskers essentially create a three-dimensional map of the surrounding space for navigation. 6. Cats read your emotional state better than you think. Cats are excellent at understanding and reading human emotions through voice, body language, and scent. They pick up on their owner's mood thanks to their keen hearing and vision. Cats can distinguish familiar calls and recognize whether a tone is gentle or scolding. They observe facial expressions to determine if you are happy or angry. They can even smell hormonal changes when your body sweats due to anxiety or fear. Your posture and movements signal to them whether it is safe to approach. In such moments, cats often rub their faces against you to share scents and offer comfort. They may narrow their eyes or blink slowly to show absolute trust. Cats often linger nearby, sit close, or lie on you when they sense you are sad or tired. 5. The layers of sound in your home. Now, let's talk about hearing. Cats possess incredibly acute hearing and can detect sound ranges, from very low to very high, that are far broader than those audible to humans. Their hearing extends to frequencies of around 85,000 Hz, whereas humans can only hear up to 20,000 Hz. So, what exists in that gap? An entire layer of sound within your home that you have never heard before. The hum of a phone charger, the faint hiss from inside the refrigerator, or the buzzing sound from a dimmer switch when the lights are turned down low. Henry and Ricky Hefner measured this in 1985 and discovered that cats possess one of the widest hearing ranges of any land animal. So, when you see a cat suddenly whip its head toward the wall without you hearing a thing, it isn't imagining things. It's simply that your ears cannot pick up those sounds. 4. Each cat ear functions independently, like a radar system. Each of a cat's ears operates completely independently, controlled by up to 32 separate muscles, compared to just 6 in humans. This allows each ear to rotate flexibly up to 180 degrees to capture sound waves and pinpoint the exact direction of a noise without the cat having to turn its head. This enables cats to rapidly locate a sound source before their eyes even spot it. Furthermore, cats are 3 times more accurate than humans at sound localization. They have a margin of error of only 5 degrees, whereas humans have a margin of 15 degrees. Across the span of a living room, that difference equates to the size of a mouse for a cat. So, when a cat stares blankly at a wall, it isn't looking aimlessly. It is focused on a specific point on the wall and knows exactly where that point is. 3. A sound that belongs only to you. Time equals 0.5 seconds / greater than. So, what is the one sound a cat always listens for? It is you. Cats possess incredibly keen hearing and an exceptional ability to sense vibrations through their paws. They can recognize your familiar footsteps from a distance before you even open the door. Cats clearly distinguish the unique rhythm and pace of your walk, and their ears can filter out other noises to isolate your specific sounds. Additionally, the pads on a cat's paws contain sensitive nerve receptors capable of detecting the vibrations caused by your movement across the floor. Therefore, a cat waiting by the door is no coincidence. It is how they look forward to your return every day, and they always recognize you with precision. 2. Cats can hear ultrasonic and infrasonic frequencies. Have you ever wondered why your cat might sit motionless by a wall, refusing to move? Sometimes they may cry out incessantly, seek a hiding spot, or appear agitated and panicked, even when there seems to be nothing there. Mice use ultrasonic waves, ranging from 20 kHz to 100 kHz to communicate, forage for food, and alert their colony to danger. Cats possess highly acute hearing, capable of detecting frequencies up to 85 kHz, allowing them to pick up these high-pitched sounds or noises from ultrasonic devices and easily detect the presence of mice. Additionally, cats can sense natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis before humans do, thanks to their ability to hear infrasonic frequencies and their sensitivity to subtle environmental changes. Cats can hear infrasound frequencies below 20 Hz. As previously mentioned, the pads on their paws can detect minute ground vibrations. They can also sense shifts in air pressure or magnetic fields prior to major storms or earthquakes. Therefore, If your cat displays these behaviors, they may be listening to ultrasonic communication from mice or picking up a warning signal transmitted at a frequency beyond human hearing. 1. Cats and the mysterious. Remember when I said I was saving one last thing for later? This is it. Have you ever seen your cat suddenly freeze in the middle of the room, eyes locked on an empty hallway with pupils fully dilated? The fur along their spine stands on end, yet there is nothing there. It is the kind of thing that keeps many people up at night. Almost every cat owner has a story like this. That fixed stare into an empty hallway at 3 a.m., pupils blown wide, a sudden hiss directed at a corner of the room where no one else is looking, or a slow, deliberate gaze tracking something moving across the ceiling when there is nothing there. Their ability to hear infrasound frequencies below 20 Hz and their keen eyesight have sparked debate, leading to conflicting theories about the supernatural or a mysterious, invisible world existing alongside our own. Science does not confirm the existence of ghosts in our world, but science does confirm this. Cats perceive a version of reality so different that their reactions often defy our explanations. To humans, it may be an unexplained, mysterious, and invisible realm, but to cats, they are undoubtedly hearing, seeing, and sensing exactly what is unfolding before them. They may well be seeing a mysterious, invisible world that science has yet to prove exists. Cats inhabit a wondrous sensory world that remains forever beyond human reach. With eyes that pierce the darkness, super-sensitive ears that capture ultrasonic sounds, and whiskers that detect the slightest vibration, they experience nature's symphony in their own unique way. Understanding this helps us cherish and love this little four-legged friend even more.